Right guys, this is going to be a video regarding the solo 200k Nightfall for the Warden of Nothing. For those that just want to see that run, then skip to time on the screen. For the rest of you, I show you my card setup, weapons and subclass. First of all, the card setup, which you must get right. So this is for solo players. Obviously in your fire team you can ramp up the card a lot more. Even a solo player can ramp this card up a little bit more, put things on like blackout and stuff, but this video isn't aimed at me getting a super high score yet. I'm going to have a go at it throughout the week, try and get a 300k solo on it, which I believe might be possible. But as of now, this is the our base run, if you like. 5 times multiplier. We have a 210 power handicap on there. That makes us 540 light. Void, Singe on, Extinguish, Momentum, and Match Game. As for our subclass, we're using Bottom Tree Devour. So that will lend itself to my sort of loadout that I have. You can use Scatter Grenade if you like it. It is a good grenade, but I tend to lean to Vortex more often than not. Heal and Rift is advisable since you want it just in case things go messy at the boss room. As for weapon loadout, so we have Long Shadow on, Recluse, and Tractor Cannon. So we have Void Singe on. It's basically a Void Nightfall, okay? Match Game is on. There is other shields, but like there's one additional arc shield and there's one additional solar shield at the very end. So you're dealing with 95% Void shields, okay? So opt out for Void, you know, go nuts with it. As for Recluse, people are going to say, well, you know, I don't have it. You know, I looked up the stats, and funnily enough, nearly half of the Destiny player base have this weapon. It is now becoming more of a common weapon that people have. So it's not in the elite minority anymore. Okay, it's nearly half of our Destiny player base has Recluse. I'm going to use it while it's powerful. You know, it may well get a nerf. I hope it's not too hard. But while it's king, I'm going to have fun with it. It's just something I'm going to do. I will do a run without Recluse if people really want that. If you want it, ask for it. I'll build a loadout for it, because you definitely don't need it for this run, okay? I mean, something like this weapon here, Horror's Least, is rarer than Recluse, okay? 35% of players have this, 47% players have that, you know, so it just lends it to itself. As for our build, we have Nezarec Sin on, so Void kills increase ability regen. That includes weapons or abilities, and that will buff our grenade, our super, rifts even, melee energy, everything, right? My sort of armor isn't fully optimized, but I had a couple of perks on just to help me out a little bit. So I had submachine gun loader on, since we're going to be using Recluse a lot. Shotgun scavenger on, just to help out with my tractor cannon. Submachine gun reserves on my chest plate, not much on my boots. As for my class armor, put recuperation on, so it's Devour on top of Devour, so when you get a orb, you get a big chunk of health back. Okay, it doesn't start health regen, you just get a big chunk back. And primary ammo finder on as well to lend itself so that I don't run out of Recluse too much. Because when you're using it, if you try and use it in a Nightfall or a long activity exclusively, you will run out of it. And I've noticed when I have primary ammo finder on that I'm less likely to. Okay, so that's just a piece of advice with that. That is effectively the setup there. Right, so on with the run. So same thing happened here with my game audio, didn't record correctly, so apologise about that. But I see a lot of people's runs where people will watch them and be confused still on how they done it and what happened. So at least my voice will be a lot clearer for the breakdown of each encounter and how to basically do this solo. You don't need to be like the best player in the world to do it, especially on Warden. Warden's really forgiven. So I proc my Devour off that first goblin, then use my nade, in the middle of this platform, just to help, you know, damage a couple of the enemies, especially those orange bars, and then it's effectively just Recluse. Now this does look super aggressive. It is aggressive play, but I can play like this because of Devour, of course. You know, I'm getting insta sort of health regen. Now you can run Top Tree Warlock and do a sort of Nova run with that. Just lately, like I say, Devour just lends itself fantastic to Recluse, so I just opted to do a Devour run instead. Now with this tunnel section here, if you kill the Cabal and 2 goblins, you will get additional points, even if you just tag them, right? If the train kills them and you tag them, you get the points. If you do not tag them, you will not get any points, and that sort of mechanic is on throughout later in the run as well. Like for example, I missed 1 goblin, so the train killed the goblin, one of them, and I didn't get the points for him. So of course we've got Nezarec on, so we've had our super for ages already, you know. So with this section here, I'm gonna take down this orange bar with Recluse, get a reload first, then go in for the red bar goblin, get Devour off my melee, and then Nova Bomb the Hydra. The shield, even though you know you get immune numbers on Hydra shields, Nova Bomb doesn't. Nova Bomb just kind of pieces it, so you can Nova Bomb it no matter what. You don't have to time your Nova Bomb or anything like that. With the train section, if you're not used to it, you're going to have to probably practice this before you do a run. You want to practice the train section and get it down for when you start sparrowing. Now sometimes there can be 2 trains on the left side. So if a train's coming left side and you're about to go on the tracks, just give it an extra second just to make sure. If a train's coming right side, you're good to go. Once that's passed, you're never going to get 2 trains right, but you will get 2 trains left, depending on how quick you are. Depends on the rotation. So same again here, we got a Devour chain going. Needed this captain with tractor. Just take him out quickly to keep our chain going. Same again with these. Take out the final orange bar in this section. So you don't want to be skipping those ads. They're worth a lot of points. They're definitely not worth to be skipped. With this section, you'll have 2 snipers in front of you. You don't want to sort of put yourself out in the open straight away. You want to take out all the ads, you know, and then if you are going to use Recluse on them, get close enough so that they don't bring up their shields and that you can kill them before they bring their shields up. Now I naded before the train went across, and then once the train went past, Nova Bombed the Hydra. You want to get shot at the Hydra straight away. It's also important to take out the snipers. There's 1 right, 1 left, so I use Tractor to insta one-shot so they don't bring their shields up. Then I've done a Heal and Rift insta, because the goblins will spawn behind you, and if they all hit you at once, they can actually kill you. It has happened to me on a run before, so you've got to be careful at that point to do a healing. So with this, I'm paying attention to my nade a lot. Every time I get a chance, I'll do a nade at a group of ads that maybe I'm not shooting at, to try and save time. So I have my nade up now. I think I nade the Minotaur. I'm going to go with that. If you can get the Minotaur to enrage like I did, it's kind of nice so that when you go over to the other side, you haven't got as much to deal with. And you can do that by pushing up to the tracks, not going past the tracks, because you don't want to go past a set of tracks in here unless you are certain that that train isn't coming past. Because like I say, if you get hit, it's a one shot, that's it. You're out the game. So once we get new objective, even if we've got ads up, I'm going to go to middle, do an overbomb on this Minotaur, and we're just going to weaken him, okay? I'm just going to do 1 tractor cannon shot. That's going to get him to about 1/3, I believe. Once that's done, we can kind of sit back here. We don't have to push up all the way there, because by the time we've sort of got our health back and stuff, these goblins are going to push up. Of course, they're worth a lot of points, especially some of the orange bars, so we want to try and get tags in if the train was to kill them before we do, so that's kind of important as well. Like I said, this run is forgiven. You don't need to be 100% on it. Now, the reason why I'm drawing this out longer is because the ads are tied to the boss's HP in this room. Okay, so basically we're maximizing our points in this room. I see a lot of people just one phase his boss. That's not the way to do it. You're wasting a lot of points by doing that. Once you're kind of happy though, I think the tractor cannon shot hit him, so we're good to go. I'm not sure if I had another spawn there or not. Couldn't remember, but there is a lot of spawns you can get off that Minotaur. Can't remember if it's like 3 extra spawns or something like that. Like you see, you can get a lot of extra points. It's important as well, once you're done, since you'll have used a lot of Recluse, maybe a lot of Tractor, whatever you're running, just to you know, get all your ammo and then move on. It's worth that extra 10-20 seconds just to go and get all your ammo resupplied. Now this room, I believe, is probably the it's hard work, but that's why I've got a sniper on, which makes this room a little better since we got Recluse and we haven't got that long range. So this room, like I say, can be hard work with the wanted target. So we're going to melee the Scion, get devoured and do a nade, and then we're going to clear out the initial room, Recluse, like so. Then we have our nade back again, so we're going to do another nade. Always be wary of the wanted target. If he does blind you and hits you full on with his move, he can basically one-shot you. So, or should I say, the consecutive hits of it all will effectively finish you off. So once we're kind of clear, you can push up so far. Take out that major there. Or should I say the barrel does, so my devour chain's lost. But it doesn't matter too much. I've done a nade there on purpose since the majors will cluster and sit in that nade. They didn't sit in the nade as much as I wanted it to. But that's sort of a strat you can do since it's like 3 or 4 orange bars that cluster. Right now we're just taking we're taking this room slower than what we probably could do it, but like I said, this room's risky with that wanted target. If he starts blinding you and hitting you with that move of his. Here's the majors that I was talking about. Finish those off. Once we're good with that, there'll be the sort of last section of this room, which there'll be 2 snipers, an orange bar, which usually backs up. And the wanted target will sit there. As soon as he sees you, he will do his move. So, as soon as he does his move, you don't want to take any risks with it. Just get into cover. Since, like I say, if he hit me like that, it would have killed me, for sure. Once he's left, we can push up and finish off the rest of the ads. Now, we didn't use our Nova Bomb in this room. So, I mean, not that we really needed to. But we can use it here. I suppose this is a sort of good place to use it. Since we've got Nezarec Sin on anyways, we're going to get so much Novas. So, we can use them when we kind of, want to. We do our Devour, and then we can go on a chain. Now I want to get these 2 snipers. I usually get the 2 snipers first. You want to get them out the way. Since if you're getting hit a lot and then maybe the sniper hits you, that can kill you. That's something kill you in this area. Use this orange bar will sit behind this crate for whatever reason, but the Recluse takes them out no problem. Once all the ads are killed, the timer will start to begin. Now you can, the timer for the ABC to start for the capture points. Now you can go back and get that cannon behind me, but I didn't opt for it. Since how this section works is that capture point A will give you 1 minute, right? B and C aren't up right now, so that effectively means you have a minute to capture A, and the capture point stops when you're on it. Okay, so I can take my time. I could have went and cleared out B and C, then come back for A to save 5 seconds, but I didn't opt to do that. But that will be a safer run. It will be a lot slower though. Okay, so now we're done with that. Since we're using Nova Bomb, Devour, we didn't really need to do that. Okay, so we reprocced our Devour just in case it ran out there. Take down this major, since he can be awkward, that guy, sometimes. Since we've killed all the ads there, there'll be 2 extra orange bars that spawn in because of that. These guys won't spawn in if you don't kill them. That's why I like Warden of Nothing a lot. Since it rewards you for killing all the ads, you get more ads, and it's really good for score runs. They need to optimize more of these sort of mechanics, I think, for score runs. I hope they do. So we have like 30 seconds for C, so we're doing a Devour there. Cleared out a couple of goblins, and then we're going to use Tractor for this guy. Since he teleports everywhere, I don't want to mess about with him, so just Tractor him. Ideally, you do want the Minotaur to chase you like this. It's ideal, but he doesn't always. He doesn't always do that. Now, this is another thing as well. You'll sometimes get an additional Minotaur, yellow bar, which is good if you do, but not always. Generally, you will. If you kill the first Minotaur pretty quickly, you will get a second one. But if you don't kill him, say you capture the point and don't kill him, you won't get a second. Now we've rushed this door on purpose since all the ads here spawn, and there are a lot of orange bars now. This is another thing with the mechanic of this Nightfall, is that if you kill them and then damage the boss in middle, that will then later on give you an additional spawn of orange bars. That's even more points. I see as well with people's runs where they'll kill this guy, they'll tag all the ads that are here and then kill him, which that's less points. So you want to get as much points as you can, just in case the boss fight takes you longer. You know, say you are going for the helmet, Solstice helmet, and say the boss fight takes you longer than me, then it, you know, say you've got 240k, you know, it doesn't matter if it goes over 80 minutes. You've got plenty of leeway then, in that sense. Okay, so this guy wasn't weak enough. We need to get him weaker for the additional spawn. So put a nade on him, started sniping him. I looked on my radar and noticed there was ads behind me, the orange bars, and we actually got some red bars as well. So that's all the additional spawns that you get. Now you don't have to kill all the ads here as long as you tag them before you kill the boss. Same with the trains. As long as you tag them before you kill the boss, they'll despawn, but you'll get the points for them. That's how that works. Now, I thought rather than waste tractor cannon ammo and whatnot and put myself in danger, I just picked up the turret, it's still there, and used it on the orange bars. Once we're good with that, we can then use our remaining shots on the major. Now I thought that this last shot would kill him, the charge shot, but it didn't, so we finished him off there. And then tag that last phalanx to get the points for him. That's an example there. See how he despawned, but then you get your points. That's how that works. Same again with this room. You'll have used a lot of ammo. So any ammo that you've sort of used, scour the room, spend that extra 10-20 seconds. It's worth it just to get any ammo that you need. Okay, so we're approaching the boss. We're nearly 210k. This run's a lot. It's like a longer run than what my usual would be. I'll link in the I'll put a video in the description of a more, say, optimized run where I nearly got, I think, nearly 260k. So I'll link that one, but that one I used a different loadout to this. This loadout's more obtainable for people who maybe don't have certain weapons. Like I said, I know Recluse, but like I said earlier, there's actually a lot of players that have Recluse, more than what you think. Because it's such a powerful weapon, people think, oh, only the minority of players have it. Well, actually, it's not. That's actually not the case. Okay, so now we're approaching the boss room. So we're going to finish off the remaining ads. And then we're going to go for the boss. Now, if you're going to tractor cannon this boss, tractor him to the side, because he goes flying. Like you're seeing there, he goes flying. So I waited to do my Nova Bomb first. Then put a lot of snipes into him. Since we want to do quite a lot of damage to him now, the more we do now helps on later on in the fight, since we don't want to mess about too much in this room. Now we're going for cover behind this pillar. There's two pillars in this room that really help, and this is one of them. There's one left and right. Now it's also important as well, if you're running a Devour build like me, save Devours for when you really need them. That means saving your nade, because you won't always guarantee a Devour via your melee. The ad might always push you. Like, for example, you know, that goblin pushed me there, but not always. Plus, if the boss is doing his solar attack, you want to be in cover almost. This build's good because, like I said, you're getting your rift back so quick, so good, you know. So, real good safe build to do this. Now, I'm just scouring the room for orbs since I want my Nova up, coming up. Then we'll do a little bit more boss damage to force the next encounter, next ads, which this time we get Vex and Cabal. For a little bit more damage, and then when he does his move, I take no chance, just heal and rift behind. And if you crouch as well, it sometimes helps where the ads just fight each other. Depending, I mean, if you're aggressive behind the pillar, the ads are going to focus you, but if you just kind of do nothing, the Cabal and the Vexillus fight each other, which is what you want sometimes when he's doing that maneuver. So we're doing another bomb there while he does his attack, since he'll just sit in that, so that'll do a lot of damage for me. I want to keep my chain going here as well, since there's a couple ads behind me. We're approaching nearly the 18-minute mark, so right now we're just building up to our Nova Bomb. That's effectively what we're doing, since, like I say, we'll be able to get it pretty quick, since Nezarec. Didn't trust the snipers, so I went for those, sniping those. Want to get them out of the way. Same again, just any this is a good chance for ammo runs. If you're low on ammo, then when he's done his move, that's a good time to go for your ammo when ads are cleared as well. Now the big super bosses have spawned in. Now on previous runs I have killed them. They are worth the points, but on this particular run I wasn't interested in getting the points off them. In that sense. Same again, we're going to do a Devour Chain here. Now one of the super bosses, the Chablo one, pushes me, which is unlucky for me since the guy's doing his move. So we just move to the next pillar and then keep our Devour Chain going. Now there is a lot of ads in the background, but I wasn't really interested in them, so I'm going to do a Nova Bomb Tractor Cannon shot, sorry, just to finish the boss off, and then we're good to go. So that's 220k plus just about. It's not a bad run. Like I say, it's not the best run that I can do. I will optimize a run throughout the week, practice and try and get, you know, a higher score and whatnot, but that's the basis of what you would do on a Warlock in Warden of Nothing, as a safe build if you like. Hope you enjoyed it anyways. Thank you.